Right now is March, so we are in the middle of tax season. So what is something right now that businesses are coming to you in a full panic about?
No, that's a great question. The good thing about new businesses coming to us in March is
Hey everyone, welcome back to our March edition of Wake Up with NFP. Today I'm so excited. We have a guest today. It's John Roberts with Attract Accounting Advisors. He's going to be sharing all kinds of tax tips and fun financial tips for us and how benefits can play a role in all that.
That's perfect timing because tax season
We're in the middle of it.
Yeah, it ends next month. Great.
Yeah. Well, I am so excited. Today we have a very special guest. We have John Roberts with Attract Accounting Advisors. Welcome, John.
thanks for having me here, Christy. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we always like a good meeting with you, John.
Amen.
Yes. Why don't you go ahead and just start us off telling us a little bit more about yourself and how you got here?
Sure. Well, I'm John Roberts. I'm from here in Baton Rouge. I have 4 children, happily married. My youngest son, my only son, was just born 2 months ago. And so we are having a culture shock in my house, as if 3 wasn't enough.
Right. But you
so
got the boy.
Got the boy. Yeah, I think the family's complete.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. Played a lot of sports growing up. Went to St. Michael High School here in town and played football at Southeastern. That's where I met my wife. Kind of worked my way through public accounting, got my CPA license, worked for a private equity-backed firm here in town. And then in 2022, broke off to start what is now Attract Accounting Advisors.
Very cool. I always like hearing more about your story, John. I feel like I get something more every time.
Yeah, it's multifaceted for sure.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I'll write a book one day.
Right.
Just kidding.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Attract. What inspired you to start Attract? Was there something in the market that you saw was missing, or businesses were struggling with something that you found that there was a need that you could fill?
Yeah, it's a great question. So my dad owns a window and door distribution company in Metairie. And every year I would hear him complain about how he didn't understand his taxes, how he didn't understand his books, how he's getting taxed at a high rate and doesn't even have that much cash in his business bank account at the end of the year. And so I thought that there had to be more to it than the service level that he was getting. And what I found out was it wasn't so much that the CPA firms that he was working with were incompetent, but more so just a lack of communication and education. And what I found was there was this huge void in our market between the traditional CPA that you talk to once a year and you bring your tax stuff in at the end of the year and they send you a bill and how much you have to pay to the IRS, versus a new age CPA, which is more like an extension of your team. And I had seen this model work with other industries, like in the marketing space and, in the HR space. And what I found was there weren't many options for accountants because by nature, accountants are risk averse and they're not very entrepreneurial.
Right.
And I saw that there was this void of business owners who needed way more than a bookkeeper, but didn't have the means or the need to support a higher level accounting professional. And so it was pretty early on that we realized that we were kind of onto something. And then the only other folks in the market who were doing this were these big firms, and they were building out these departments called client advisory services. And client advisory services is basically bookkeeping, but on steroids.
Okay.
The problem is that the people who are largely providing those services are not entrepreneurial. They have never really worked in industry. A lot of them are basic audit or tax transplants, which means that they were hired to do audit or tax at their firm. And then when this new age client advisory services realm came out, they basically were reassigned to that area. So I felt like that was something that really set us apart because my business partner, Armin Michaud, had come up through a publicly traded company with the Shaw Group. And so with my experience in public accounting, his and publicly traded companies, our joint experience in private equity backed companies, and then now we're both entrepreneurs. Like, we really felt like we could speak the language.
Yeah, well, great answer. I think that definitely is what makes you guys unique, is definitely your people as well. I really enjoy the team. We love working with you guys. So right now is March. So we are in the middle of tax season. So what is something right now that businesses are coming to you in a full panic about? Or is it really too late?
No, that's a great question. The good thing about new businesses coming to us in March is, yeah, it's probably for an issue that was in the year past, but a lot of times the issue hasn't been addressed. And so there's still 9 months going forward in 2026 to remedy that issue. It's almost like a situation where we can't really change the past, but we can basically treat the issue now and fix it in the future. A lot of times too, clients right now are in the middle of audit season or review season. For example, a lot of construction companies have to get something called an annual review, and their books need to be reviewed by an independent third party to make sure that they're eligible for bond capacity and insurance and stuff like that. And a lot of times these people, especially for the first year, are just completely caught off guard by that request. And so we're able to come in, assess the books, get the books in compliance with generally accepted accounting principles or GAAP, and basically help the client get that review so they can get that certification and go chase that big job that they're looking for.
Well, thanks for sharing that, John. What is something that you could share with businesses that's a good tax strategy that involves employee benefits?
Oh, that's a great question. So, needless to say, all of the employee benefits that you offer to your employees is a tax write-off for the employer. It's also a means to keep those employees sticky. That is, sometimes your benefits that you offer could beat the market and otherwise keep other folks from poaching your talent. There's also some next level retirement strategies that these professionals are familiar with that could increase your deduction and also increase, again, the stickiness of your employees.
Yeah, so when you're looking at people's books and you're reviewing, what is the biggest red flags that you typically see?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of red flags. Number one is a messed up balance sheet. A lot of folks only understand their P&L, and this is kind of nuanced accounting, but accounting is a dual entry system. So every time you debit something, you have to credit another. And I won't get in deep into the accounting jargon here, but basically what ends up happening is if your balance sheet is wrong, which is what you own and what you owe, your assets and your liabilities, and then you have equity, which is the spread between those two. If your balance sheet is wrong, then your P&L is wrong.
Right.
But a lot of times business owners will just park things on their balance sheet, which means they won't recognize the revenue now or in the proper period, or they won't recognize the expense in the proper period. So a messed up balance sheet is the first thing that I look at when assessing red flags.
Okay, very cool. Another good question that I've been wondering is, when is a good time for someone to upgrade from a basic bookkeeper to more of a strategic partner like yourself?
That's an excellent question. So clients who are trying to grow need more than a bookkeeper. It doesn't matter if you're trying to grow by 10% or if you're trying to grow by 300%. If you are growth minded, you need something other than a bookkeeper, because there is a realm where an accounting advisor can come in and look at your blind spots. For instance, I had one client come in a couple of weeks ago, and a very successful company, and I saw in their books that they had been charged $80,000 in a year of credit card expenses or credit card processing fees. And we live in a world now where pretty much every company passes that cost on to the users, to the customers. And so by making a quick flip like that, I saved them 80 grand.
Oh, wow.
By basically saying that, guys, you need to just be passing this on to your clients. All of your competitors are passing this cost on to their clients, and so you're not at a disadvantage. And so just having an idea of where do you want to go. If you feel that your competitors are beating you in certain areas, but you don't know why,
Right.
that answer is typically within the books.
Right.
It's within your margins, it's within your overhead costs, And having someone like us who can kind of take the Greek that is accounting and translate it into plain English is ultimately where the secret sauce, like where the magic happens.
Right, yeah. And your team does that amazing.
Thank you.
So John, I'm dying to know, what is it like working with NFP?
I appreciate that question. So NFP for us is truly that trusted advisor from the benefits perspective. We grew quickly as a company. You know, we're pushing 20 employees at this point, and there's a lot of options to choose from, especially on the health plan side. And I had clients who were coming to me and saying, hey, we're cutting our costs, this year by 25%. And I'm like, I need to talk to NFP. So you guys put something together. I mean, it was very, very thorough. It was 40 options essentially. And we whittled it down to the top 5. And, it came down to, I could either renew with my current health plan and go up 10%,
right,
or I could decrease by 25%,
right,
which really is a 35% spread,
right,
in A versus
makes the
B.
big difference.
And so having NFP who could really do the same thing that we do, except we do it on the accounting side, but have a professional who could interpret this wide range of information into basically these 2 or 3 nuggets of the most useful information that we could use to make better business decisions. So you guys were there with us every step of the way, very patient with us. So I really appreciate that in NFP.
We love working with you and the whole Attract team.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. John, can you tell us all how to find you guys, like your socials? I know you have a podcast. Is there anything else that we're missing out on?
Yeah, great question. So Attract, we try to have a very strong digital presence. You can find us obviously on Google. We're trying to get to 100 Google reviews, which is a lot for a CPA firm.
So everybody leave a Google review.
Yes, please leave us a Google review, but only if it's 5 stars. And also we're active on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You guys could follow me personally or friend me, just John Roberts Jr. on Facebook. We put out monthly blogs. We've got different website upgrades that we're always pushing out. We've got a podcast called Kickin' Assets, which you were a great guest on.
Yes.
And just always trying to add value to our listeners, to spotlight our clients and vendor partners, and really just bring a lot of exposure to our market.
Okay, very cool. Well, all right. Well, if you could leave us with one good tip for this quarter, what would it be?
I've got a great tip. Okay, so one great tip that I could leave with the listeners here is put together a budget for your business. Understand what your costs are on a monthly basis and what they'll be for the entirety of 2026, and also budget out your revenue. What clients are you going to win? What clients are you going to lose? What price increases are you going to implement? What service line is out there for you to go get, for you to move into to increase your revenue? And ultimately, having a plan is the most important part. It's just like setting goals, right? Like they say that if you write down your goal, it's 80% more likely to happen. A company operating without a budget is like stepping on a scale in a weight loss challenge and never looking at the number. Like, you really never know how you're doing. And so having a budget will at least tell you whether you're meeting your expectations or not. And if you're not, what can you be doing different, or what should you be doing different?
Okay. Well, thank you for that tip. And thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed hearing more about all the different things that Attract is doing. And we look forward to having you again.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Christy.
Thank you. Well, that concludes our March edition of Wake Up with NFP. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.